Thank you very much. This is the fourth time I've presented. You've got to be a bit of a chameleon when you're in the mining industry. I started here back in 2022 talking about nickel, a pure play nickel story. The next year we morphed and there was a little bit of lithium in the story. Both nickel and lithium went down the toilet a little bit, so we pivoted to gold. And now we sit here with two gold stories which I think are very, very good, and we still retain exposure to the nickel and the lithium. But what I'm primarily going to talk today about is the near-term production opportunity that we've discovered and we're pushing ahead with. The company has all of its assets located in Western Australia. We are singly gold focused now with two gold projects, one located in the Kimberley region, another one in the Southern Cross Goldfields belt, but we still retain our exposure to both nickel and lithium with our Mount Edwards project. From an investor viewpoint, you ask yourself, what would I like to invest in? And I turn around and say, okay, first thing, we've got to be in a good location, and indeed Western Australia has withstood the test of time and is a great place to invest. With the gold price where it's at, it would be good to invest in something that is near-term, has a near-term production capacity. We tick that box with our new Radio Gold project. We've de-risked it, and now we've got a maiden resource that we've established, which is high grade in nature. Yet we've got the capacity to see our gold story grow with our Butchers Creek project, which we acquired just on 18 months ago, continuing to grow, and we've certainly advanced that significantly over the period. And all junior explorer companies are dogged with the fact that we're always on the verge of being come issue. Well, our company is well funded now with a $5.5 million placement completed late last year. We're very much valued as an explorer right at the moment with an enterprise value of about $21 million, but that'll quickly change. Our board is a very diverse array of expertise, not just all geologists, not all mining people. When we look at a project at board level, Felicity, she looks at it from the point of view of how can we grow this resource through more exploration. I'm thinking about it from the perspective of how can we mine this efficiently and make money out of it. Scott Perry, a process engineer, is thinking how do we get the commodity out of the rock cost effectively and with high recoveries. And our chairman, Andrew Parker, is thinking how do we fund it. So we've got all bases covered. The radio project. Timing is very, very important. When we acquired this project back in September of last year, the gold price was $3,850 an ounce. So the timing's been very, very good in terms of acquiring this asset with the gold price sitting now at around about $7,000. So great timing. Another key attribute of this asset is that its production history has been second to none. It's produced over 70,000 ounces at a head grade of 38.5 grams per tonne. And we all know the best place to find high-grade gold is where they've already been mining it. The tenement package is an amalgamation of general mining leases because there's an abundance of old workings. And one of the key features we see with this project is all of the exploration, which is not a great deal, has been focused on the main radio resource. One of the opportunities we saw with this asset was the opportunity to look at some of these other old workings and the opportunity they may present for other production fronts. We bought this asset with an abundance of sunk capital in it, an underground mine that was developed, a processing plant that was half built, mine offices, mine equipment, compressors, gensets, basically on a walk-in, walk-out basis. We even acquired the Bullfinch pub, would you believe, which is where we accommodate our people. This is another important thing because making the transition for us to get into production and produce is not going to incur a significant amount of capital, an important aspect. The location of this project in the Southern Cross Goldfields Belt is also a great location when you consider it in a West Australian context. We're surrounded by Golden Horse, who've presented already today, or yesterday should I say, Han King and Bartow Gold, resources probably in excess of 6 or 8 million ounces defined along this belt. Lots of regional opportunities. When we acquired the asset, the first thing we had to do is we had to make the resource base our own and believe in the numbers that we saw going through DD. We got on the ground immediately, completed a 8,000 metre RC drill program. We've come out early this year with our maiden resource, 3.7 grams, 41,000 ounces. Great way to start. Importantly, we created and we got a lot of those ounces into indicated. So we've got high confidence in the resource base, and that now has allowed us to launch into working out how we go about restarting this operation. An important attribute of the results that we've achieved is we're not centred and fixated on the existing radio mine only. We've actually now found a satellite resource in close proximity, which does present a real opportunity in the sense that we're not going to be relying on one production front. There will be multiple production fronts. Busy time, very much focused on radio. We've actually got a drill rig starting up again on the ground. The results of the first program have given us sufficient confidence where we can see there's further opportunities for resource growth. That's about to start. Our technical team are now knee-deep in pit optimisations and completion of mine designs and scheduling and such like. This is a unique opportunity in the sense that when we acquired it, we effectively acquired a half-constructed processing plant. We are looking at how we can leverage, rather than looking at a pure toll milling option, is there a more cost-effective, better way of us of realising the gold by building something in a modest scale on the actual process, on the actual mining tenement? That work remains ongoing. The key thing is we're going to wrap up by the end of this first quarter all of these technical studies and have a clear way forward. The second quarter of this calendar year will be taken up with permitting, and I remain supremely optimistic that we'll be firing a shot either by very late in the second quarter or early the third quarter. Where do we see, and one of the wonderful things about this opportunity is the fact that from the point of view of an investment case, it's very much de-risked. We can drive down a 330 metre long decline into an ore drive, put a hander on the ore body. So negligible working capital from a mining perspective. There's stopes already set, ready to exploit. From a technical viewpoint, there is very low technical risk in terms of exploiting the gold mineralisation because a very, very high proportion, plus 85% of the gold is liberated through gravity. And that does present a subset of our on-site milling where we just do gravity recovery. The resource itself, we've only done one drill program, we're starting a new one, so we'll see more resource growth as we get our feet under the desk. And I've got to say that the Southern Cross Greenstone Belt is littered with very, very modest size but extraordinarily high-grade gold occurrences, many of those being stranded. So I'm sure there'll be more acquisitions to come shortly. Our second project, or gold project, Butchers Creek, located up in the Kimberley region, was actually the scene of the first gold rush that we saw in Western Australia back in the 1880s in the Halls Creek region. A lot of gold's been found up here, but it was extraordinarily harsh conditions, which is probably the prime reason why the emphasis shifted to the eastern goldfields. But the one thing that is for sure and certain is there's still a hell of a lot of gold up here, and it's been largely forgotten. There hasn't been a lot of exploration done up here, and mining has been relatively modest in terms of what's been exploited. But we see this as a real opportunity. We acquired the Butchers Creek project, again, got on the ground immediately, have de-risked the resource base that we inherited. We improved it quite significantly. There's still a lot further to go. And with that, we've come out with a scoping study late last year, which demonstrates the value proposition, which I'll talk to a little bit more. The amount of exploration that has been done is very sparing, and it really presents a great opportunity in the fullness of time. The scoping study came out, the main Butchers Creek project area is an open pit that was exploited by Precious Metals Australia back in the mid-1990s. They stopped mining when the gold price went down to $350 an ounce. The mineralisation has been shown to be continuous. We see this project as, rather than an expanded open pit, quickly transitioning into an underground mine. It's very much drill constrained. The opportunity to see this resource base increase in size is very evident. But what it has shown is that you don't need 1 million ounces to start a new mine. Mining some 200,000 ounces, or processing and liberating 200,000 ounces, we've been able to demonstrate on this project we can repay all the capital of a processing plant, start an underground mine, build a camp, and at a very, very modest price used of some $5,385 an ounce, throw off free cash of $288 million. In today's gold price, you can add another $330 million onto this, so the opportunity is very, very real. One of our satellite projects, which is all inferred material, will ideally slot into the production schedule that we have for this project and is going to dramatically enhance the economics. So we'll be back on the ground up here in the forthcoming, hopefully prior to the mid-year drilling, and this project will mature, and we see this as the second project, gold project for the company to develop. So whilst the company has transitioned in the fullness of time into a gold story, we still have our nickel and lithium. And there has been some murmurs over the last 2 or 3 months with an improvement in sentiment towards nickel. We sit here poised, ready to go. We have completed a scoping study. The project is production ready. We have got the capacity of being a nickel producer in quick time. Our lithium also has a lot of potential. We have been doing test work, and we will bring some news to the market on that in the not too far distant future. So from an investment point of view, making the transition to becoming a producer is not something to be underestimated. There's lots of pitfalls. The good thing is that we've started building our team out, and we've got a lot of expertise both at board level and within the actual executive team, and that's going to be pivotal in terms of making this transition. Where can I finish? It's going to be 2026 is going to be a great year. I can only recount, I was told that you should get on the horse, being Golden Horse. That horse may well have bolted. Maybe you should win with win. Thank you very much.